Rabbits are famous for being able to very rapidly overpopulate and ruin crops and so forth. Now, let's say that we have an idealized model of rabbits, so that rabbits have the following characteristics. First of all, as any farmer can tell you, they never die unless we kill them. Okay, they never die. Wild rabbits never die. Now that's of course not true, but the point here is that they go through so many reproductive cycles that the fact that they eventually die doesn't make much difference to the population. So rabbits never die. They take a month to mature. And every mature pair produces a new mature pair after a 1 month. And they don't produce a new mature pair. They produce a new pair after 1 month period of gestation. Okay, these are the assumptions that we're going to make, and then we're going to see. Now, let's say that we then run this model using one pair of rabbits. Now, of course, we're going to assume that the pair are always male and female, and that they are fertile. I guess there are non-fertile rabbits out there somewhere, but we're going to make the assumption that they're all fertile. So, let's draw a picture of what happens. Now I'm going to draw this kind of small. Now, in the first month, we're going to assume that the pair is immature, just one newborn pair. So it's going to take this pair a month to mature. Now, I'm only going to draw one rabbit to represent a pair. Okay, there's a rabbit. That's not a very good looking rabbit. Let's see. My rabbits will refine themselves, but that's a small rabbit, right? Those are supposed to be floppy ears there, and you can see that I'm an artist. Okay. Now, in the second month, let me see if my rabbit improves, because in the second month it's going to mature. And it's going to be ready to reproduce, which means its ears stand straight up. Okay, so there is a mature rabbit, there's an immature rabbit. Okay. Now, don't argue with my artwork. You're just going to have to accept this. Okay. Now, in the third month, what are you going to have? Because, again, the baby pair has matured. Now, in the third month, you had a mature pair here, which means that you're going to end up with what? You're going to end up with a baby pair in the third month. Okay, let's see. How do you draw floppy ears? There we go. There are floppy ears. Okay, baby rabbit. It's a pair of baby rabbits. And a pair of mature rabbits. Now, the pair of baby rabbits, of course, came from this pair of mature rabbits, and the mature rabbits just went on. They survived, so they're still there. Now, what are we going to have in the fourth month? Well, in the fourth month, the baby is going to grow. The baby pair is going to grow up, so we're going to have another mature pair. The mature pair is going to survive. These are getting worse looking every time I draw them. And the mature pair from the last month will also produce another baby pair. Now you can make your own pictures, but you really need to stop for a minute and continue this process. See what happens in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th months. See what happens as the process continues. Now, of course, I'm going to continue here, but hopefully you've stopped and thought it through. Now, 5th month, this mature pair will produce a baby pair. And will, of course, survive as a mature pair. And this mature pair will produce a baby pair and survive as a mature pair. And this baby pair will become a mature pair. In the next month, what happens? The babies grow up, the matures produce babies. So, let's see, baby grows up into mature. The mature produces a baby and survives. The baby matures, mature produces baby and continues surviving. And this mature produces baby and continues surviving. Okay, now this process continues by the 7th month. Well, let's just see what the process is, and then maybe we can just list some numbers. How many babies do we have in the 6th month? 3. How many pairs of rabbits did we have in the 4th month? 3. How many babies do we have in the 5th month? 2. How many pairs of rabbits did we have in the 3rd month, 2 months earlier? 2. Is there any coincidence there? How many babies did we have in the 4th month? 1. How many 2 months earlier? 1. Not how many babies, but how many rabbits. The number of babies in a given month is equal to the number, or the number of baby pairs, let's say, is equal to the number of pairs of any kind that you had 2 months earlier. Why is that? Well, whatever rabbits you have in the, say the, well, let's see if we can figure out what happens for the 7th month. All the rabbits you had in the 5th month, all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs, will be mature in the 6th month, and all those mature pairs will then produce babies in the 7th month. So we're going to get 5 baby pairs from all the rabbits that were live in the 5th month, because all the 5th month rabbits are now mature in the 6th month and produce babies in the 7th, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 5 baby pairs, 8 pairs of survivors, gives us a total of 13 pairs of rabbits in the 7th month. And I was going to do the 8th, but ran on a little further in the 7th. So now we have a pattern. For the 8th month, we're going to take the 8 pairs that we had in the 6th month and say we're going to get 8 baby pairs in the 8th month. All the 13 pairs from the 7th month will survive And now we have 21 pairs. Now, if you did pause the video clip and tried to go on, you might have discovered this sort of pattern, or at least you might have realized that something of this nature might be going on. But this is what's going on. In every month, you look back 2 months to see how many total pairs there were, and that's how many babies you're going to have. You look back 1 month to see how many total rabbits there were, and that's how many survivors you're going to have. And you add those two, and you get the total number of pairs. Now, the numbers of this sequence, if you count the number of rabbits in each month, it's 1, then it's 1, then it's 2, then it's 3, then it's 5, then it's 8, then it's 13, then it's 21. What's it going to be next? What's the pattern? Well, the pattern is 1 and 1 is 2, 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 3 gives you 5, 3 and 5 gives you 8. Well, 13 and 21 is going to give you 34 pairs, because there are going to be 13 pairs of babies from the 13 pairs of rabbits that were alive 2 months ago, plus 21 pairs of survivors. And that's called the Fibonacci sequence. Doesn't just apply to rabbits. And we'll see in a minute that it applies to a lot of things, and there's some surprising connections. It's a very, very profound and fruitful sequence.